Let's make some noise. I'd like to think that the National Organization for the Reform of Marijuana Laws has been making noise for 4 decades, but we're winning in this one. In truth, it's been an amazing year of incredible and epic victories across the continental United States, on both coasts, and especially in Colorado. But what we really need is not so much noise as a moment of silence. And I'm going to ask you all to be silent for 1 second, because I want all of us, for a short, brief moment, to mourn the death of America's drug war. Stop and think. A lot of people are saying that we will see how Colorado pans out or Washington turns out before we decide to legalize marijuana in other states. The truth is, Colorado and Washington are not the experiment. The experiment has been prohibition, and it has failed dramatically. You are individuals living as adults, responsibly, in a free society. And the path of legalization is a safer one, a more secure one, where you can go out and buy cannabis that's regulated and controlled. You, as cannabis consumers, will make a choice. The same choice you make when you go into a restaurant and buy food or drugs. You get to choose whether you want purple diesel or purple kush, and it's your right, and it's always been your right, and it never should have not been your right. That's the amazing thing about legalization and regulation. It's safer and more secure. No more purchasing regs in dark alleys from people that may have guns that can hold you up and treat you as hostages to an unjust law. And you know, we talk about people going to jail for marijuana. Think about it. Again, just absorb what really that means. It means that as long as pot is illegal, we are saying that you can be put in a cage, that men with badges can come into your home, they can knock down your doors, they can put you face down on the floor, they can put you in steel cuffs, they can walk you against your will in front of your friends and family into the back of a police car. And then they take you out of that police car and they put you into a jail. And then you face a judge and you have to post bail. And then you face a judge and you may have the factor of incarceration before you, when they're going to take you and put you in yet another cage. And you know what? If it's wrong to cage animals, it's damn wrong to cage humans. Especially human beings that are responsibly using a weed God gave us. So the truth is, if you've ever been unjustly arrested or wrongly incarcerated, you have been a victim of the drug war. Because the drug war has always been a war against people. And you're blessed here in South Florida to have here at this festival alone, the 16th annual Medical Marijuana Festival, people like Robert Platshorn selling his book under that white tent, fighting for the right to use marijuana medicinally while he's on federal probation after doing, in case you haven't met him, maybe you should, 30 years for selling pot. 30 years, think about it. You go down Federal Highway or Biscayne Boulevard, there's a lot of used car lots. There's no used pot lots. Now don't worry, Colorado is not running out of marijuana. Colorado's going to run out of marijuana like Kraft is going to run out of Velveeta. There's a market for it. People are going to use it. They're going to consume it. And they won't, like Robert Platshorn, go to jail for it. But you can help him in the senior tour by going to his table today, just as you could talk to Irv Rosenfeld, one of the 4 people in America getting marijuana medicinally from the federal government under a drug use protocol they started 20 years ago. They had 30 different people getting pot medicinally. There's still 4 alive who are using it. The federal government actually grows the marijuana for them. It's about time we didn't have the federal government as our father growing marijuana for us. You ought to be able to grow it in your backyard, in your home, on your own, without fear of arrest or incarceration. Now, ladies and gentlemen, as you do that, and I say ladies and gentlemen, you have to understand what the responsibility is upon you. In this past year, as president of NORML, I have gone from coast to coast. I have gone from Seattle to San Diego, from South Florida to northern Maine, and if I found one thing for sure, I have found that there's a common communal interest that 75 to 80% of the population of the United States wants to see cannabis legalized, decriminalized, medicalized. They want it to be free. You want it to be free. But things don't just happen. You have to become warriors for social justice. You are in a war where people are trying to strip away your freedom, lock you in a jail. Right now, in this state, if you have not signed the medical marijuana petition for United We Care, then go to their table and please sign it, or bring the petition home to others to sign it. Because if we get 800,000 people to sign that petition, that constitutional amendment will be on the ballot in the state of Florida in November of 2014, and I guarantee you that from Ocala to Orlando, from Manatee County to Margate, we will legalize medical marijuana in the state of Florida. It took the courage of a lawyer and a pollster in Miami and Orlando to get this petition initiative going, but you've carried it through. You're getting those petition signs. And that's what it takes. It takes somebody being willing to one day stand naked before the cannon like that young man did in Tiananmen Square so many years ago. Do you know that in Manatee County, there's a woman named Kathy Jordan who has been living with Lou Gehrig's disease for the past quarter century, has been cultivating cannabis with her husband in her backyard to reduce the effects of muscular spasticity, and cannabis is the herb that has kept her alive and has healed her. And when the state senator from Tampa decided to name the medical cannabis bill in the state of Florida the Kathy Jordan bill, the Manatee County Sheriff raided her home, seized her medicine, and threatened to lock her up. These are real injustices that are impacting everyone every day. In my law practice, I have a 62-year-old man whose son is a doctor, Harvard educated, and his younger son was taken into custody by the Coral Springs police and brought to Child and Family Services because he said his dad let him smoke a joint. And the state was ready to take the child away from the parent. As I conclude my talk today, let me inspire you to move forward, because while 22 states have now decriminalized and medicalized and legalized marijuana, Florida is not one of them. We are one of the 28 silent majorities who have not been heard, who are losing the battle, and we need to win it. To win a battle, you need warriors So today, be more than cannabis consumers. Be warriors for justice. Speak up, stand out, be heard. Let the world know. Let the world and let Florida know, let every single legislator know that you are not a criminal. You have never been a criminal. What's criminal is the injustice of an arrest, the wrongfulness of incarceration, and the absolute intolerability of a jail sentence. It's up to you. I've been doing this for 4 decades, since I was a student at Hofstra University. We've come a long way. There's a further way to go. There's battles still to be won. Go home tonight and find in your own heart, in your own community, in your own school or place of employment, what you can do to make a difference. Thank you so much.
Show some